What's up, my cats and kittens? You are listening to Doggie Time on dentonradio.com. I am your host and humble narrator, Bone Doggie. And unfortunately, once again, my cats and kittens, we have to start off the show on a very somber note. This has been a rough couple weeks for Denton Radio and yours truly, and also for Denton music in general. As I'm sure most of you are aware, is a couple weeks ago we lost Pops Carter, the blues legend here in Denton. He's 92 years old. This last week, my cats and kittens, we lost another member of our little society here. Brother Casey Sparks, who was the trap set drummer for 1140. And if you listen to the show, my cats and kittens, you know that 1140 and the Hickory Street Hellraisers are sort of joined at the hip and have been for a considerable amount of time. Brother Casey went home last Thursday. We are sorely going to miss Casey. He was just the most beautiful person you could ever meet in your entire life. He was a great guy. He had a great sense of humor, and he was one hell of a drummer on top of all that. This has been a great shock and considerable tragedy for our small little community of players. Everybody that knew Casey just absolutely loved him. Everybody that jammed with Casey just had a great time with him. But like I said, we are sorely going to miss Brother Casey. 1140 is carrying on as best as they can. They are being very strong. They actually played a gig last Saturday night up at Hat Tricks in Louisville, and they did it unplugged. It was a battle of the bands thing, which don't ask me. I don't know why 1140 loves Battle of the Bands. And they went up there that night, and like I said, they played unplugged. The guitar players both had acoustic guitars, and Brother Gary Chase had a full set of hand percussion. And they got up there by cats and kittens and let it out. And Bone Doggie's a firm believer that you can live better acoustically, and these boys did. They tore up the stage. So there was a lot of emotion there. There was a lot of love that went out. The crowd was the same way, had a lot of 1140s following. Went down to Louisville to make sure that we were giving some support and giving some love. Now, Friday, May 18th at Banter, my cats and kittens, we are going to have a wee bit of a memorial service for Casey, and then 1140 and the Hellraisers and some other musicians are all going to hook up at Andy's that night and have a jam as well. So, like I said, cats and kittens, just my heart goes out to 1140. We need to keep them in our prayers. We need to keep them in our thoughts. And we need to support these boys. They're going to be strong. They're going to carry on. And we look forward to seeing them again. God bless you, Brother Casey. We will catch you on the flip side.
This is Kim Knoll, and you're listening to Doggie Time on dentonradio.com.
While man plans to reach the moon, have beings from outer space already landed on Earth? Did they actually see a spacecraft? Were they really taken aboard and examined by doctors from another world? The Hill story has baffled scientists and doctors. Judge the evidence for yourself.
It's Doggie Time! So what I do, I read in here, and then I push this button, and then it's gonna come back at me and tell me what I did. All right, let me try it. Here we go. Hi, this is Bone Doggie. I'm nowhere near the phone right now, so if you want to leave a message, you might as well just blow that off and text me, because I'm not going to call you back unless I really want to talk to you. So send me a text, and we'll go from there. How's that? What do you mean it's not corporate enough? Paws up, cats and kittens. You are listening to Doggy Time on DentonRadio.com. I am your host and humble narrator, Bone Doggie, here to remind you that by certain methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. Third, by experience, which is the bitterest. And of course, the fourth is just sheer bloody mindedness, which can also result in doing a radio show. I'm just saying. Now, my cats and kittens, it is May 7th, I believe. I think that's what it says on the machine here. Yep. It is May 7th, 2012, and that just happens to coincide with the date of May 7th, 2011, which was the day that Brother Jake Laughlin and yours truly, Bone Doggie, sat here in this office, this little studio here, and said, wouldn't it be fun to do an online radio station? Now, our analyst says that that was actually a good move, but we're still arguing about that at $40 an hour. It has been a wee bit of a journey, my cats and kittens. But along the way, we've met a lot of good friends. We've had a lot of people jump on board with this silly thing. And this right now, as we're sitting here looking at the screen and the squiggly things, is actually episode 17 of the Doggy Time show. So we are, with sheer bloody mindedness, sallying forth, keeping on, and just trying to bring you the best of what we can muster up in Denton, on putting it on the internet and calling it DentonRadio.com. And it most certainly would be remiss if we did not give a major shout out to some of the people that have played a big part in the 1 year survival of this little soiree. I think foremost and first, we have to really give a big shout out to Banter Bistro down there on Oak Street. Banter has been from day one the home, the outside home to DentonRadio.com. They provided us a venue. Brother Bob Ralph up there gave us a lot of good advice. And Ellen, who actually owns the place, has become the official notary for DentonRadio.com. And so Banter has played a huge part. Also, Square 205. They basically provide the web part of our radio show here. If you go in there and you fire up DentonRadio.com on the internet, you will see the player and you will see a little blink to Doggy Time and all of that. And that is all basically made possible by the good folks over at Square 205. They are web designers and web fixer-uppers, and just basically more things high-tech than Bone Doggie knows how to deal with. So I kind of stay out of that one. We let Brother Jake play with that game. But anyway, they have been there also from the very, very beginning. And for free, my cats and kittens. These guys are putting a lot of sweat equity into something that we all believe in, and we think that eventually may pay off. We're hoping and praying anyway. I mean, you know, that's the idea. We are strictly capitalist here at DentonRadio.com. And, of course, cats and kittens, you got to give a shout out to all the good folks that have provided their hard-earned tunes to our playlist. We've got a great, great selection of musicians, and it's growing all the time. We're adding some here and there, and, you know, we've been very, very fortunate. We've got the likes of 1140. We've got Ashley Gatta and the Free People. Backwater Opera is in our playlist. Brian Lambert and his bunch, My Kick Drum Heart, Jukebox Johnny T, the lovely Karina Michaela, L.E. Taylor, Levi Cobb and the Big Smoke have reared their head up again. Matthew Grigsby, of course, Mary Lamb. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on forever. Richard Gilbert, Brother Richard Gilbert, has been there with us since day one. Soul Tax has always been with us. And, of course, yours truly, Bone Doggie and the Hickory Street Hellraisers. So we have an amazing lineup of talent, and all you got to do is sit down at that machine and give it a listen for a while, and you're going to hear a lot of it. And like I said, we are adding new acts every day and pestering the bejesus out of people to get new recordings so we can update the list with their new stuff. But cats and kittens, it is also very much appreciated, and we got to give a shout out to you. those of you out there in radio land who are actually firing this thing up and giving it an ear, whether you're working or whether you're on your iPod or whether you're sitting up at the courthouse doing nothing, waiting to be arraigned by a judge and a jury of your peers. You can listen to DentonRadio.com anytime, 24/7. So we want to thank y'all for hanging with us. Bone Doggie especially wants to give a couple shout outs to some folks up in Kansas City who are actually regular listeners of the show. Sister Joyce Johnson and Sister Denise Broderick, and some friends that these are people from Bone Doggie's way past, but not too way past, right, ladies? I mean, actually, it was just not too long ago. But as a matter of fact, we think that Bone Doggie Show has actually got a listener in the Netherlands. We got liked up a couple weeks ago, so we are truly global in our scope, my cats and kittens, and we do aim to stay that way. We want to thank y'all for hanging with us, and we promise that we ain't going anywhere. And to prove that, we are going to sally forth and go forward with some words of wisdom.
And now, friends, another edition of Bam Bam Cares.
If you ever have a chance to throw a random cliche into a conversation, do it. That's thinking outside the box. Bam Bam Cares.
Tune in next week, friends, for another edition of Bam Bam Cares.
Doggy time.
Doggy time.
Doggy time.
Doggy time.
Doggy time.
It's doggy time. Paws up, my cats and kittens. This is your host and humble narrator, Bone Doggie, here to remind you that every Tuesday night at 8 p.m., Doggy Time sets fire to the airwaves on DentonRadio.com by bringing you news and information, innuendo, murder, mayhem, and the best of Denton music, not to mention the humor, love, and insight straight from the lights of Backwater Opera, Soul Tax, Ashley Gatta, and of course, the occasional Hickory Street Hellraiser, just to name a few. Now we know that as we suffer the day-to-day slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, my cats and kittens, you can't always bank on being in front of one of these digital contraptions every Tuesday night. Well, old Bone Doggie is here to caress your earbones with a bit of joyous news. You can hear Doggy Time anytime simply by going to DentonRadio.com and clicking the button on our player that is sporting the visage of yours truly. Or if you want the direct route, visit our blog at DentonRadioblog.com and click the Doggy Time button there. And as an extra bonus, my cats and kittens, you will also have the past episodes of Doggy Time at your fingertip. Paradise is but a mouse click away. So feel free, my cats and kittens, to sit back, relax, and at your leisure, listen to Doggy Time anytime on DentonRadio.com. Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
I can dig it.
I can dig it.
I can dig it.
We can dig it.
I knew that you could. All right, my cats and kittens, it is now time we sprang our special guest on an unsuspecting radio land. And this week is yet another treat. This young lady is probably one of the most unique, and I do mean that, unique musicians I have run across here in Denton, for the simple fact that her forte is children's songs, right? I guess that's the actual genre. Okay. And aside from being a relative virtuoso on just about every noisemaker she gets her hands on, she's also a loving and benevolent dictator, from what I understand. Everybody in Denton knows her simply as Miss Polly, but Bone Doggie refers to her as she who must be obeyed. She is, of course, Miss Polly Maynard. Hello, dear. How are you?
Hi.
Hi. Okay, you're not reading on the script anymore. You're going to have
Hey,
to
Bone
talk.
Doggie, what's up?
Oh, you are. Thank you
not.
so much for coming out
No,
and doing
thank
this. I
you.
really appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
And it is so funny. Is I was thinking about this the other day. Is you know, I've seen you perform several times, but I think the first time we actually got to sit down and talk to each other was at the lab,
I thought that was during the anti-35 event. that was
It probably
taking
could have
place.
been.
Yeah, it was.
It
During
could've.
the refuse, or however, I don't know how to say it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
I just called it
Really?
because I couldn't pronounce the refuse.
The refuse.
35.
Well, I ended up playing at Abbey Underground that weekend, but we got turned down for 35. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We're not cool.
You don't need to go there, maybe.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
maybe.
I don't know. When I finally take over the country and after the revolution, there are going to be certain people lined up against the wall first. So but
I thought I was lined up to be supreme ruler of the universe. I didn't really
you
realize
want
that
to
was
your. Okay. Well, we might have to. Tell you what, we'll flip for it.
You take odd numbered days.
There
and
you
I'll
go. So benevolent dictatorships can be odd and even days.
take
There you go.
dick and dictator.
But anyway, like I said, I'd seen you play a couple times before, and like at Jazz Fest and places like that, and it was kind of nice. I thought, wow, I'd like to get you in here and yak at you a little bit and get you on the show. So
Here I am.
here you are. Here you are.
Yakety yak.
Uh-huh. The apprehension is filling the room. This is great. I love this. And throw you straight to the wolves.
All right.
All right. Woof. Yeah, there you go. So we're going to talk a little bit here in a little bit. We're going to have an interview, and we're going to talk about the Tiny Big Band.
Great.
And some of the other stuff.
Okay.
But have you got anything going on right now?
We're just getting ready for Twilight Tunes.
When are you doing Twilight Tunes?
We're the first one, I believe. We are May 31st at
May
6:30 p.m. Yeah.
May
It's
31st.
the last day of public school, which is a great time for the kids to come out. And
Right.
We strongly encourage people to come in their pajamas.
Why? It's 6 o'clock at night.
I don't know.
Okay. So Cats and Kittens, 6 o'clock at night, May
30.
It's
May 31st,
6:30.
Thursday, on the square.
Show up in your jammies. Oh, that's great. Then we can have a riot and all end up in the Denton Record Chronicle the next day. So
It's the last day of public school, so we're hoping
Right.
the kids will come out. and-
Are you going to using the Tiny Big Band for that
Yeah,
one?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And Tiny Big Band is.
Well, Kevin Zahner is playing drums.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. Bill Cornish on bass.
Good old Bill.
Of course, Link Shalon
Mm-hmm.
is guitar and vocals. Why do we laugh when we say Link?
Oh, we'll talk about that later.
I love my Link.
We all love Link. Yes.
David White, I call him Tater Tot.
Tater,
Yeah,
yep.
he loves that.
Yep.
Loves that name.
Not half as much as he loves the nickname you gave Shalon. By the way, we were
I
yeah,
don't remember what that was.
half
Did you-
baked.
Oh.
Half baked. Yeah, we were talking
forgot
about
that.
we were talking about that the other day, and he told me with a considerable amount of relish in his voice. Guess what Paulie calls Link? And then he told me, and I thought, well, that'd be funny if it wasn't fitting. So
Yeah, for a while everybody in the band had potato names.
yes, half
And then,
baked.
yeah, Dave Randolph is guitar and vocals. Oh, Dave White plays mandolin.
Yes.
And my wind player is Jesse Woolery, and he does vocals too.
And Jesse is a teacher up at Denton.
He is. He is one of the band directors at Denton High. He directs the jazz band.
Man,
and
we followed his bunch at Jazz Fest.
he's amazing.
They were amazing. The Hellraisers loved those kids, and that's a stretch. I mean, the Hellraisers don't do that a whole lot. These guys are great, but they really were impressed with his bunch. That was a good ensemble.
He won Teacher of the Year this year.
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
Oh, really?
He's a lot of fun to have in the band.
Oh, did he earn this? Or did
Oh,
he
yeah,
spread it?
he lined a lot of pockets with all that money he makes as,
Right.
as a school teacher.
Yeah. Now, do you teach school?
I have my own music school.
You have your
It's
own
after
music
school
school.
program,
Okay.
guitar school.
Very cool. Well, we are gonna go into depth. That was something that was burning. I was wondering about today as to whether you were actually a school teacher or how you worked that out.
No, I did teach at North Texas for a long time.
Oh,
And-
got right out of that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm enjoying being my own boss.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I used to know what that was like. So, cool. Well, Polly, I think that it would be moral fitting and just if we played one of your tunes now.
Hey.
And I think I want to do Piggy Rap.
Oh,
That's one of
yeah.
my favorites. Is there a background to the Piggy Rap?
There is.
Well, cough it up, girl.
My girls, when they were babies, had this little puppet, and it was a pig.
Right.
And I used to have the pig talk to them a lot, and eventually he started kind of rapping to them and dancing for them, and it kind of grew into this song. And
So
that's pretty much the story.
All right.
Whatever made him laugh, and that made him
Okay.
laugh.
And one of the things I loved about it was the middle eight in this song is just, the left turn. And it went, ooh. So Cats and Kittens, when the song takes a left turn and heads off into another style, don't panic, you'll be back to the rap.
Yeah.
So, and this is Piggy Rap from Miss Polly's CD called All Day Fun, and it was. I've listened to it about 40 times.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
and,
I gotta give a shout out to my main man, Mr. Bubba Hernandez, who produced the CD, and
Bubba did produce it.
you'll hear him
yes.
all over the Piggy Rap, and he just
Yeah.
did a fabulous job. So
Well,
thanks, Bubs.
Let's throw it to the wind and let the cats and kittens out there hear it. This is Piggy Rap from Miss Polly's CD called All Day Fun, and you are listening to Doggy Time on DentonRadio.com.
Yo, get up from your nap, but don't leave your hands sitting there in your lap. Put them together and we'll all clap. It's time to listen to the Piggy Rap. Well, my name is Hamlet, but my friends call me Dog, and I'm known around the farm as a hip-hop hog. I like to stay fit, so come rain or come fog, I start each morning with a 20-foot dog. Now pigs get a bad rap, and that's not right. People say we're stupid, but we're really quite bright. We can be trained to turn on and off a light. The only bad thing about us is our sight.
Flat little snout, cute as can be. That's what I'm talking about. L-I-N-K.
Now pigs get a bad name, and that's not fair, 'cause we'd make great pets if you'd only dare. We're good to our friends, we even know how to share. We're cleaner than cats and with a lot less hair. Well, all of my friends and my family and I, we live in a place that's called a sty. People say they're dirty, but that is a lie, 'cause we keep them clean and we keep them dry.
Flat little snout, cute as can be. That's what I'm talking about. O-I-N-K.
Another pig is called a sow, and she can do something that'll make you say wow. She can calm her babies down, and we know how. She sings to them when they come to chow. Now people put us down, and that's a shame, 'cause we're loyal and affectionate and easy to tame. We can beat most primates at a video game, and at just 3 weeks of age, a piglet knows its own name.
Yeah, you tell him. You tell him.
Is for obedient and I is for intelligent and N is for nearsightedness and
It's for that kinky little tail. Flat little snout, cute as can be. That's what I'm talking about. O-I-N-K.
Oh, Bone Doggie.
What do you desire, my little nest of vipers?
What if we did Sherlock Holmes in a film noir style?
Oh, you mean the great Victorian detective in a seedy sort of back alley setting?
It could all start on a dark, stormy night in the city.
was a dark, stormy night in the city, just like the lady said. I was sitting in my office at 221 Baker Street, knocking off a fifth of Old Boot and reading a racing form, when she walked into my life.
Mr. Sherlock Holmes?
She was the most beautiful chunk of real estate I'd ever laid eyes on. She had flaming red hair, dangerous emerald green eyes, and ruby red lips. But of course, you can't tell all that because we're in black and white. But what really got my attention was that this angel was armed to the teeth. Oh yeah, she had a gun too.
You are Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I presume?
A chill ran up my spine, and I knew right away that I was face to face with the most dangerous set of curves in the underworld. That's what the name on the door says, baby. What can I do for you?
You've probably already guessed. I am Professor Moriarty.
Professor Moriarty? I thought Moriarty was a guy. I ain't got my sunglasses on, baby, but from where I'm sitting, I can't exactly picture you in a pair of boxers. Well, okay, yeah, I can, but
It's
still, you know.
Jane Moriarty, not James. Jane!
All right, then. I
Mad.
guess.
Everybody gets that wrong, and it really ticks me off.
Well, sweetheart, I could spare you 5 minutes, but then I gotta go to the can. So if you got any beans, you need to be spilling them
Mr.
now.
Holmes, you have been a considerable pain in my backside for some time now. Last summer, I was annoyed by you on 2 separate occasions.
Only 2?
You annoyed me again when you thwarted my plans in February,
Ah,
and then again in March.
oh, yeah.
I was positively hampered by your annoying interference last June.
I don't remember that.
And then you got right up my nose 2 weeks ago when you shut down my brilliant plan using the red-headed guys.
Oh, yeah. Those guys.
Do you have any idea how hard that was to organize?
Probably a lot of paperwork.
I was so angry. I broke a fingernail when I pushed one of the henchmen in the head. That was very annoying.
So, evil genius doesn't fall out of a taxi and land in your lap, eh, sweetheart?
What?
Oh, sorry, mixed metaphor there. Go ahead.
You have 2 simple choices, Mr. Holmes.
Mhm.
You can either back off and decide to leave me alone,
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
or I can put a bullet between your eyes, in which case you will ruin the carpet and the wallpaper, and definitely then you will leave me alone.
Well, I hate to burst your criminal mastermind bubble there, sweetheart, but I think you're overlooking a third alternative.
No, do tell me, Mr. Holmes. I'd love to see what your brilliant mind has to offer on this situation.
What if you and I shelve the firepower, hop in a taxi, and beat it on down to Denton? We can find a lovely little hole in the wall, listen to some live music, and discuss the future while we knock back a few Coca-Colas, you know what I mean?
So, you really think live music in Denton can help us solve our little differences, Mr. Holmes?
Well, it couldn't hurt, baby. We got nothing in even if jazz and a beautiful sunrise can't fix. But if we don't get in that taxi now, we'll regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday, and for the rest of
All right,
our lives.
Mr. Holmes, I get it. We'll try it your way. And we'll go Dutch. I hit an ATM on the way over here.
Whoa, so you already made a withdrawal?
No, I hit an ATM with my Humvee on the way over. There was cash lying around everywhere. It was a marvelous sight.
You know, sweetheart, I think this could be the start of a beautiful relationship.
And we need to remind you that this information was not solicited. We got it off the internet, so if it's not exactly correct, it's not our fault.
That's right. No responsibility, none taken.
No responsibility.
All right. So,
That's
my
my
dear,
motto.
Is it really?
It's my middle name.
You know, I noticed that it was on a bumper sticker on your car. I just thought that was a coincidence. I wasn't sure. So, my dear, what is happening at Banter?
Well, this Friday, May 11th at Banter, we have Poetry Out Loud with Robert Torres.
Robert Torres was actually our guest last week, and he read some poetry, and that's a lot of fun. That really is. It's a lot of fun. UNT kids go in
Great.
and spill their angst on
Love
the floor.
it.
It's kind of gross.
Love it.
So
Yes. Poetry.
poetry.
Yes.
For an 18-year-old, 19, 20-year-old, I mean, what they got to bitch about?
Woman. Whoa, man.
Well, so,
Well, Robert will be there from 6 to 7:45 p.m. And then the Lovelays,
I have no idea who they are. I have no idea.
like the name, from
no.
8 to 9:45 p.m. And from 10 to 11:45, it's Matthew Grigsby and the Merry Monsters.
That's a fun bunch.
I love alliteration.
Yeah, do you?
Mhm.
I think Matt does too. Actually, you would love Matt if you have not seen him before. He's a great singer-songwriter. He writes very tongue-in-cheek.
But whose cheek is it?
His own.
Well, whose tongue is
Much
it?
to his chagrin, his own. So yeah.
Oh,
He's-
which cheek is it?
Okay, PG-13. We discussed this, Polly. Damn it.
Yes, and I write kids songs.
Okay, save us.
On Saturday, May 12th.
There we go.
Is this still at Banter?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, right on.
Okay, yeah.
The Harp and Drum Irish Jam Session with Mark Davis. Love Mark Davis.
He's cool.
Yeah.
He's
He's
very
sweet.
cool.
From 3 to 5 p.m.
You know, Mark plays a bodhrán.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. One of the few people we know that plays one.
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom.
The only one I know.
Yep.
Then from 6 to 7:45 p.m. it's jazz with Alex Cannon. What? Jazz in Denton? What?
Banter is playing jazz.
Tigers in Africa.
I know. I know. It is a stretch. Well, what
Happy
else?
hour at Link Shalon every other Thursday. Next show, the 17th.
Yeah, they let Link in there. And he's also usually with Dangerous Dave White.
Hi, Link.
So that's a trip. Hi, Link. For those of you who do not know my cats and kittens, Link Shalon is joined at the hip with our special guest. He is actually a member of the Tiny
Yes.
Big Band.
He is. He's my
Yes.
choreographer.
Is he really? That's kind of interesting because he's the illegitimate father of my children. So it
I
was
think we should do a Kevin Bacon type game in Denton.
the six
Except-
removed
yes.
from Link Shalon.
Mhm, exactly.
There you go. So I would probably be at least 3 removed from Link Shalon. But
He is the epicenter of music. in Denton.
he is. He is. We'll probably discuss him later.
All right, so open mic every Thursday.
That's right. Bone Doggie's open mic every Thursday night.
Bone Doggie.
That's right.
Every Thursday night.
You remember him?
That's right.
Yes.
You
He
remember
used
him.
to have this radio show.
If you're going to sign up for open mic with Bone Doggie, you got to sign up by 7 p.m.
That's
sharp.
right. That's right.
El
On
punto.
when okay. That sounded terrible. El punto. What does that mean?
On the dot.
On the dot?
On
Really?
time.
It's not what I heard.
Oh.
When I was
then
working
let's
on the
erase
docks.
that.
Yeah.
Let's erase that.
Okay.
My
No, I'm
Spanish is
gonna
not
leave
so
that in.
good. No,
I hope your Spanish is better than we both think it is.
Whoops. Okay.
So it does. The list will go up at 7 o'clock, and when everything's rolling, it'll be full in like 5 minutes.
Great.
Yeah.
So sign up by 7 p.m. sharp, and
That's
the show
right.
starts at 8.
So that we can have choir practice at 7:15 across the street at the lab. And then what else goes on there?
Well, Friday the
Oh.
18th, there's a memorial for Casey Sparks from 11:40.
The band 11:40.
Oh well, yeah, from 11:40. I
Yeah.
thought that was the time. I got
Yeah,
you.
that is serious. Is Friday the
Sorry.
18th at Banter from 6 to 8 p.m.
I see
My
that.
Cats and Kittens. We're going to have a little memorial for Casey Sparks, who went home last week and just kind of devastated everybody. But we're all hanging in there. And so anyway, on to other things. At Dan's Silverleaf, Friday, May 11th, The Greatness of Joe Ely.
Love him.
Take My Breath Away. And he's going to be with Brent Best that night. Somebody's going to start about 9 p.m. My guess it's going to be Brent.
I'm thinking.
And then the cost to get into that little jewel, My Cats and Kittens, is $20 in advance, $30 at the gate. Now, you may say Dan Silverleaf doesn't have a gate.
Dan Silverleaf doesn't have a gate.
Well, they got a door, and so that's where it is. I told you we didn't type this, so no responsibility taken. And then if that wasn't enough, I kid you not, Saturday, May 12th, 1100 Springs. Have you ever seen them?
Yes.
Good band, good solid band.
That's so
They're going to
good.
be there at 10 p.m. The cost is $12 in advance and $15 the day of the show.
It's just a lot of numbers. May 12th,
Yeah,
1100 Springs at 10
at 10 p.m.
Costs
11.
$12, 15 day of the show.
Wow,
That's
you
just-
see, yes, they kind of went down
yeah,
and then they
12,
kind of
11,
went up.
10, 12, 15.
Yeah, that could be a musical equation for those of us
Could be a
that paid
12-ton
attention.
row.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. Or maybe lottery numbers. Try that, cats and kittens. And if you win, give us a call. So, okay.
Well, are we ready to move on to Haley's?
Probably oughta.
Yeah.
At this
Okay.
point.
Friday, May 11th, Werewolf, Their Wolf.
I love that name.
I do too.
It's a great name.
Yeah. I'm not even going to try to say this next name.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Go.
Arecibo?
Close enough.
All right.
There you
and
go.
then followed by Through Arteries.
With shaking hands after that.
And
Ooh,
Fire from the
Fire
Gods.
Now, take all of those
I
and
love
make a
those names.
sentence
Okay.
out of it.
Werewolf, Their Wolf, Arecibo, Through Arteries, with shaking hands, Fire from the Gods.
Gracious.
So I guess it starts at 7:30 p.m.
It would
It's-
have to.
Yep,
I
would
think
have
so,
to.
yeah.
It's $7 if you're over 21. It's $12 if you're under 21.
All right.
Saturday, May 12th at Haley's, we have Ivory Jean at 10 p.m. It's $5 if you're under 21 and $7 if you're over 21.
All right.
Moving on to, you want to do Rubber Gloves?
No, I don't. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Rubber Gloves Rehearsal Studio, Friday, May 11th.
Snap.
The Color of Alm, followed by The Spectacle, followed by Red Light Kills, and History of the Universe.
Now that I have rubber gloves on, let's do the color of Ohm.
Let's do it. 10 p.m. costs $6 under 21, $8 over 21.
All right.
And also at Rubber Gloves on Saturday, May 12th, we have Rocky Votolato
Votolato, that sounds good.
and Jeff Pianki
Jeff
at 10
Pianki.
p.m. It costs $10 if you're under 21 and $12 if you're over.
All right. Well, you did that very well.
Ugh.
Almost like you've been practicing.
Ugh.
Not quite. Okay. Now, Polly,
BD.
check this out,
I'm checking
my
it.
chicken.
Alrighty.
Denton Radio. We just cackling up here. DentonRadio.com's online live concert series. Can you dig that?
I can dig it.
I know, it's going to be pretty awesome. What we're doing is we have thrown together a few shows to actually bring awareness to the masses that are sponsored by DentonRadio.com. The first one is going to be at Andy's. That is going to be Saturday, May 19th. Bone Doggie and the Hickory Street Hellraisers, of course. We are going to be joined by Soul Tax, Sonar Lights, and Kitty Holt's bunch, The Red Death.
Yes, we are.
That is going to be a rockin' show, and you so have got to come and watch that. It'll be
there.
crazy. It'll be nuts. The show is going to start at 9 p.m., and there is usually a cover at Andy's, about $6 or so.
Okay.
And then we're going to turn right around, and a week after that, Friday, May 25th, at the Abbey Underground. Once again, Bowl Doggie. I don't know who
It's
that
easy for
is.
you to say.
They fill in for us whenever I can't make it. So whenever I'm, down at Denton with Professor Moriarty. So Bone Doggie and the Hickory Street Hellraisers and Soul Tax. And that time we will be with My Kick Drum Heart, which
Cool.
is Brian Lambert's bunch.
No cover.
No
What?
cover. No cover.
No cover.
Now, that does not mean, my cats and kittens, that you show up in your birthday costume. As a matter of fact, we want you guys to dress to the nines because we may be filming these.
Oh, cool.
And so anyway, that's 1 and 2 of the DentonRadio.com concert series, online live. And then Sunday, June 24th, we are going to have a fundraiser for DentonRadio.com. This will be the last show of the little series there, and that's going to be at Dan Silverleaf. It's going to be on a Sunday. And of course, yours truly and the Hickory Street Hellraisers will be there. We have a tentative that Hairs on the Mountain is going to be with us. And so that's going to be just a ton of fun. And if the other two guys that we are really talking to, there's a possibility that this could be Bone Doggie, Hairs on the Mountain, Spooky Folk, and Me Som, which is David's group. And yeah, if we can nail that down, that's going to be one hell of a show. It's going to be pretty awesome. So anyway,
Cool.
that's what we got going on at Denton, and there, we've got some open mics. There's an open mic at Crossroads, Tuesday night. There is an open mic down there at Love Shack on Wednesdays.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of a best kept secret, and they really don't. I think I'm the only one that actually advertises the bloody thing. Problem is, I can't go there because that's when we rehearse and then go to the bar. A lot more important than going to an open mic. So anyway, we do that, and then Monday night is over at the Garage. And you go online, garage.com, my cats and kittens, sign up for that. They're usually very good about it, and you can go do the open mic there. So that is
Wow.
pretty much
Wow.
I know. We're just so connected, right?
We are.
Are you impressed? Are you taken back? Are you breathless?
All of those things and more.
Oh, I probably ought to call a paramedic then. I was just hoping for one. Wow, I didn't know about, triple header there. Bam. Okay, Polly, revive her. So to revive you, I think, how's that for a segue?
That was good.
Pretty good. You like that? I'm getting better at this.
That was smooth.
Smooth. Not enough O's in smooth for that one. Well, Ms. Polly, MP, nighttime. I think we ought to do another one of your tunes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking. And what would be a good one, do you think? He said, winkingly.
How about All Day Blues?
Oh, that sounds great. That sounds perfect. Not to mention the fact that, one, it's already queued up, and two, it's written right there on the thing. So. Not a stretch. Not a stretch. All
Great
right.
minds think alike.
That's right. And we also read pretty well.
Yeah, well.
All right, my cats and kittens. So, at the behest of she who must be obeyed
That's
here,
right.
we are going to give a spin to All Day Blues. This is Miss Polly from her CD All Day Fun. It's funny how those kind of go together too. Was that a coincidence?
All Day Blues came first, and then the idea.
And then
call
the idea.
CD All Day,
Okay. Because the CD was All Day Fun for about 6.5 weeks. I'll wager. That's what I heard anyway. So all right. So from the CD All Day Fun, this is All Day Polly and her song All Day Blues. And you are listening to Doggy Time all day on Denton All Day Radio. All day. Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
All day.
I know I can.
.com.
Mom and Dad said, get up, sleepyhead. But I want to snooze all day instead. I got the waking up blues. I got the waking up. I got the waking up blues. I got the waking up. I got the dead head, got out of bed, zombie dread, waking up blues. Mom and Dad said the kitty should be fed, but I want to watch cartoons instead. I got the pet on a blues. I got the pet on a blues. I got the cat sick, flea-bit and mangy kitten pet on a blues. Mom and Dad said, put your bike in the shed, but I wanna ride around instead. I got the wheelie poppin' blues. I got the wheelie poppin' blues. I got the bebop and jaw droppin', don't miss out the wheelie poppin' Mom and Dad said it's time to go to bed, but I wanna stay up late instead. I got the going to bed. I got the going to bed. I got the it's not late. I'm feeling great. It's only 8. Sleepy time
Where'd you grow up?
Lubbock, Texas.
Are you serious? I'm not surprised at all.
I was the counterculture there.
You were you.
Pretty much, just me.
Was it? There were 16 people in Lubbock, and you were the hippie. Were you always a hippie?
No, it was always different, I guess.
Right.
All the girls wanted to be cheerleaders,
You didn't. What did you want to do?
play music.
You wanted to play music, so that's basically been
Be in theater.
Oh, okay.
Theater.
There you go, theater.
Are you going to try out for that drama play? They called him the drama coach.
Really? That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So
Actually, he was. He was a great teacher.
did you do music first or did you do theater first?
Oh, music.
Oh yeah. About what age?
Little.
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 Really?
Little.
So yeah, because most of the time, most everybody I talk to, they start about that age. You know, some of them I get once in a while. I'll get a singer songwriter here who started when they were like 16 years old. That's way too old.
I don't remember not banging around on something.
You've just always done it.
Yeah.
Always done it.
Yeah.
Did you start out on?
My first like sort of formal thing was cello.
Right.
I started in 6th grade.
You played cello. That
All
was
the
your
way through
first instrument.
High school.
High school in Lubbock,
In Lubbock, Texas.
and then you discovered the theater.
Yeah, in high school also. Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Somewhere in there, I started playing guitar and
Yeah.
assorted other things.
So you went through high school, did some drama
I did.
and theater, and
Can I tell you
then
my Lubbock drama story?
yes,
It
let's
takes
hear your
a couple
Lubbock
minutes, but
drama.
It's got a good punchline.
Okay.
Okay, so I was in a show and we're rehearsing, right? We're acting, we're emoting, we're acting. And it's The Man Who Came to Dinner. I don't know if you know, it's a really corny old show.
Man Who Came to
The
Dinner.
Man Who Came to Dinner.
Oh, sounds like one of those
Sure.
bad B movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
with
one of those
the
Moss
head
and
in the
Hart,
box. Yeah.
Really, but anyway. So it's basically this really famous person is visiting a small town. He falls on the ice on somebody's porch and breaks his leg, so he has to stay there.
Right.
So anyway, this whole household is turned upside down. They're taking care of him, and we're all acting, and this big climax of the scene. And the maid runs in and hears the man's voice and exclaims that he sounds just the same as he does on the radio. He's a huge radio personality. So we're
Right.
rehearsing. And this girl that played the maid, her name is Linda Raper. Her mother's maiden name was Johnny Goen, and she married a man with the last name of Raper. So this woman's name was Johnny Goen Raper. Anyway, so her daughter, so we're acting, and she runs in and she goes, "Oh, his voice sounds just the same as on the radio." So the director kind of hangs his head and says, okay, break, 5 minutes. He takes her in the corner and he's going, radio. And she says, radio. So they work. So he goes,
Right.
Finally, okay, we're ready. So we go to the top of the scene. We're acting. We're making our entrances. We're acting. We're emoting. And she runs in. She goes, "Oh, his voice sounds just the same as on the radio." And that's my Lubbock story.
Radio. That's awesome.
We're real nice out there.
Yeah, no. So when did you decide to leave the big city and go to the bigger city of Denton and
Well-
immerse yourself in the University of North Texas?
Yeah, I wanted to study music, so
Yeah?
seemed like the place to go.
You're doing it on scholarship?
I didn't even try for one.
Good
so.
for you. That's what I love about you. You
I
just
worked
went
my
and
way
did it.
through
Yay.
school, yeah.
Yay. And so you were a music major, which we're not going to hold against you.
I know.
Yeah.
I have 2 degrees there.
What are your degrees in?
I have a bachelor's and master's in classical guitar performance.
Both of them
Yes.
in classical guitar.
Yes.
That's interesting. Did you consider yourself a guitar player before you came here, or does that
Yeah.
just-
Oh, yeah.
that's where you hung your hat?
Oh, yeah.
You were already there. You wanted to study classical
Yes.
guitar. and
Oh, yes.
That's very cool. That's very cool because I know a lot of music majors, but I think you're the only one I know. Well, that's not true. I know a couple of them, but you're the only one I've talked to on this show that has actually pursued classical guitar.
Yeah,
rather
I don't
than-
know. Unless it's changed, I'm the only female that I know that has ever finished her degree in classical guitar.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was pretty brutal, honestly.
Oh,
It was
yeah?
pretty- yeah, it was pretty-
Really? Drug you over the coals, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Well, I bet you left a string of bodies and corpses behind you.
Oh, God, I
would think
hope so.
Oh, good.
I hope so.
Okay. Well, we'll pretend you did if you did, So you scorched the earth and went through that. And how in blazes did you end up doing children's music?
Well, I'll tell you. Before my kids were born, that's all I did was guitar. I
Right.
practiced 5 or 6 hours a day, and I taught. I had like 85 students, so that's all I did was taught. Yeah.
Take my breath away. You are
Well,
an overachiever.
So
Good
after
Lord.
they were born, I couldn't practice at all.
Right.
And I missed it a lot.
Yeah,
And when
yeah.
I finally got the chance to play again, it was so horrible.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't even stand to listen to myself. So.
Oh my gosh.
So I was kind of bummed out, but I guess, I mean, it's really, really corny, but I guess that when one door closes, another one really does open. Because I'd never written before at all.
Right.
Never sung, for sure, because I was told from an early age you cannot sing.
That's remarkable because you do have a fun voice. You've got a really nice voice,
I
as a
have
matter
fun.
of fact.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, thanks.
You know,
Kids
but
like it.
nobody ever told me I could sing either, and quite frankly, I wasn't going to argue.
Oh,
I
I
wasn't
was
even going to
told
breach the
absolutely
subject.
not to sing. So.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow. Do you miss classical guitar? I know you
I
still
do.
teach, right?
Mhm.
You've got your what's the name of the school? Or
It's called the Denton Childbloom Guitar Program.
there you go. That's it.
I teach. I have 2 instructors who teach for me.
Yeah, the
and-
Child Bloom Guitar Program. So you're just the head honcho, the
I am.
executive officer, the
I am.
overseer, the Sturmabteilungen Führer.
I got the whip. I'm cracking it. Yeah.
So you're not actually teaching.
No, I teach. Yeah. I
Oh, you do. Okay.
A little bit.
All right.
Not as much as I used to.
Child Bloom Guitar program that is on the internet, is it?
We are.
Where?
www.childbloom.com.
That's cool. That's how that works out. That actually works out pretty good.
Or you can just go to my website, pollymaynard.com.
That's right, pollymaynard.com, where you will also discover the Tiny Big Band.
Yep.
The Tiny Big Band, and we have talked a little bit about the Tiny Big
Very
Band.
lucky. I feel very, very.
And when I first saw you, okay, and a couple years ago, and I thought this is Miss Polly. For some reason, I've discovered a lot through Link Shalon, which scares the hell out of me if you really want to be honest about it. But anyway, he kind of turned me on to what you were doing, and I got to see you, and I was just like, wow, this is cool. This is so fun. And she plays so many different instruments, and that is really hysterical, and I love that, and I love the songs and all of that. But about a year later, I'm over there at Link's place, and we were practicing with Vanessa Helvey. Do you know the boss?
Oh, yeah.
Vanessa.
Yep.
And Dave White was
Yep.
there, and some other folks in Link. And we were done rehearsing, and he said, check this out. And he pulls out a recording of Polly Maynard that was unmixed. And I think it was something off of here. I think that's something, because he said Bubba was working on it. Bubba Hernandez.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to talking about it, and the thing that really stuck in my head is Polly Maynard, Miss Polly, does children's songs with some of the most badass musicians in Denton.
Yeah.
You nail it down, girl.
I don't know how that happens.
Well, it's probably your winning personality, I would think. Some of those guys are awesome. They're
I
just
feel
awesome
very
players.
humbled and honored and.
No, I think you should
grateful.
feel like a benevolent dictator. This is brilliant, even with Link.
A couple of the guys in the band have young children,
Right.
and really want to be in the band. And then
Right.
a couple of others, I'm like, why are you doing this? I don't know.
Well, everybody seems to be enjoying it. You know,
we
it's a
love
lot of
each other.
fun.
We have a lot of fun.
And you play every style.
Yeah,
virtually.
I try really hard to write in a lot of different styles because I really am hoping that through the CD, kids will hear different styles of music and
Right.
will actually want to go and experience some of that live, hopefully, or
Yeah.
at least check out some other recordings in that style.
Is there an underlying message that you're trying to get across, or is there an underlying? I mean, we've been joking about this and all that, but is there a serious part of Polly that's trying to actually, is there a goal down there that you're trying to achieve? Or are you just doing it because you love it?
Both. I mean, it is actually. I think it's actually challenging to write some of these songs to make them interesting both to children and adults. I think
Right.
that's difficult.
Right.
And after my kids were born, we got a lot of recordings, and really, there were a few really good ones. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
And there were a bunch that I could not listen to.
Ooh,
at
who
all.
do you hate?
There were some. I'm not gonna say.
Oh, come
No,
on, man!
I'm not.
Is
But-
it that roofie guy?
No, some of the ones that I hated were just the ones that were just so clearly just slapped together to make
Mailing it in
Yeah,
type thing.
yeah,
I know. Well, I feel that way about music in general.
I
so
know.
yeah.
Well, I mean, they would take existing melodies of songs that kids knew, like Twinkle Twinkle or whatever, and just slap on these hideous lyrics. And
God, I
the
hate
thing
that.
that I disliked most of all was the bad ones.
Right.
It was just all sampled. It wasn't live instruments at all. It was just completely plastic.
Right.
And the thing that made me crazy was from the time my kids could move,
Right.
they were fascinated with sound.
Right.
They would do anything to, they clank things together to make sound. They'd
Mhm.
put their fingers over their mouth to make all different sounds, and they
Blah, 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 blah,
kids
blah, yes.
love sound. They love instruments,
And-
and I wanted to. That was something on the CD I really wanted to have, and of course in the band, it's all live instruments.
Well, you
but-
certainly got that.
Yeah, I know. We
Your
play a
children
lot.
play? Do your children actually play, or
Yeah,
are they
they're
studying?
yeah, piano and guitar.
Piano and guitar. You know what, honey? Teach one of them to play bass.
I know, right?
And teach the other one to play drums. They will work. I kid you not.
They do. It's pretty hilarious. They write songs together and stuff. They
that's-
put on shows.
That's
It's awesome.
perfect. They're both going to get into thetheater and drive you nuts. Is actually what they're going to do.
I don't know where
But,
they get this.
Yeah.
They're
I
such
have
hams.
no
I don't know where
idea.
they get
I have no idea. Fell off a turnip truck and there it was.
Yeah. Intimidating and fun.
I know. It's kind of fun. No, you know what? The best musicians in town, 9 times out of 10, they're going to end up on your stage. And that's just irritating, really, to the rest of us. We talk about you behind your back. How the heck did she get him up there? Okay. Who are these people and where are they coming from? So, but it is always lovely. It's
I
always
sent
cool.
Guido over to him to
Oh,
make,
yeah?
make him an offer they can refuse.
Little offer you can't refuse. That's right. Come and play for Polly. If you know what's good for you, it's right. Right. All right.
Because, musicians really don't want broken knuckles. So.
No, they really don't.
No.
They really puts a cramp in your lifestyle when you do that. Yeah, definitely.
Let's see who else we can offend. Let's see, we've offended Italians on this show.
Yes.
We've offended French people.
Yes.
Irish people. People from Lubbock.
Nazis.
Link. Oh, we're done.
We're not
We've
done with
offended
Link Shalon yet. Let's talk about Link Shalon, shall we? I've got to say, between you, me, and a fence post and about 30 people, is that Link Shalon is the best guitar player in Denton.
Oh, yeah.
He is also the oddest guitar player in Denton. This is a guy I cannot follow. To save my life, I cannot follow Link Shalon. He has got no technique. I think that's why.
Yeah.
He has no technique whatsoever. He just does
He
it.
just does it.
Yeah. And I look at him, and I look at Dave. And Dave White is probably the best Mandy player.
He's crazy
You know,
good.
I don't know if you know Ray Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Ray Williams was a Hickory Street Hellraiser for a while,
Oh,
and
okay.
that gets you spoiled right there.
Yeah.
But then you come up against Dave, and the thing is, Ray is very bluegrass oriented. Dave is a jazzer.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where the difference is. And the thing is, you work with Dave White, you go to work.
I know.
You know, he works your butt off.
He's mad at me right now.
Is he?
I'm getting too rocking out for him.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Good, good. I'll make up something and drag
There's
him
no
through the
room for a
coals.
mandel anymore. Right there by Stonehenge. There's room for Tater Tot will never hear this because he doesn't have a computer. So I can say this.
That's right. That's right. I'll tell him about it
Still
next
lives
time I
in the
see him.
1600s.
Yeah, I run into him every 2 weeks at Banter, so I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
Polly says, "Shut the hell up and play your mandolin." You can quote me on that. So, all right. Well, thank you so much. Spread the word, my cats and
it.
kittens. Spread it.
Spread.
Tell everybody about it. We support local here at DentonRadio.com. I hope you do too. And we're going to finish with a lovely tune from Miss Polly's album, All Day Fun. And this is my favorite tune off of it. It's called Dinosaur Roar.
Peace out, brother. This actually is my Spinal Tap tribute song.
It's very
It
cool.
is,
It's
yeah.
very cool. It's Dinosaur
Thank you.
Roar.
Manga's at 11.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
From when BC? 200 million BC?
Don't look at it.
Don't look-
Don't even. No.
Don't touch the
No, you
dinosaur.
can't, no.
Aye. Right. Well, can we get on then and play the song?
Well,
We've got to finish the show.
yeah,
I mean,
but,
you know.
but first, do you know what a G13 chord is?
No.
G13?
It only goes up to 8, right?
Yeah, well, you just grab a G chord and you
Right.
play it 13 times.
Oh, I can do that?
That's a G13.
Are you teaching me music theory?
That's my bad British accent.
I can't do music theory.
All right, dinosaur. I love it.
This show's over. It was over 15 minutes ago. We've got to leave.
Bye-bye. Peace out.
Bye-bye. Peace
Power
out.
to the people.
You are listening to Doggy Time on DentonRadio.com. Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
I knew that you could.